Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, we just got done with Legacies, Season 4, Episode 17, called Into the Woods. Guys, as you all know, yesterday I was supposed, it was the Legacies, debuting on live television. But of course, as you guys know, I saw Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness yesterday, so by the time I got out, I had to, edit my video, and it was a long video, so I had to edit it all. So I didn't have time to put up my Legacy review, but today we finally watched it. I'm gonna let Annie go first, as I usually do, about what she liked about this episode. I just want to start off by saying that this wasn't my favorite episode. Lately with Legacies, it's like the writers can't decide what writing they want to do, and when they put writing in stone with trying to build characters, they try to undo it and make it that we didn't. They didn't just say something before about that makes that a part of their story, and they kind of try to switch it and think we won't remember it. And it seems like they've been doing that a lot, where it's I don't like what they're doing. They're setting up characters they're setting up characters, and they expect us to be okay, that's what we know about the character. But then out of nowhere, what we know about the character, it seems to be that it's no longer what we think about the character, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna let Annie go first on what she liked about this episode. Annie, what did you like about this episode?
I liked
Landon
yeah,
stuff.
Landon stuff.
And
how she was trying to get him and her back
from Limbo.
Yeah. And she thought how she thought she could get them both back.
Yeah.
Without going through that monster that's...
Yeah, without going through the Grim Reaper, essentially.
Yeah.
Without going through the blue Ghost Rider looking ass. Yeah, exactly. I thought that was really cool. I thought it was very interesting too.
They also went to the Necromancer to get help.
Yeah. Which
and when they get help, he sent Landon back to the school. Then the Grim
Reaper took him back.
Yeah, and then he was choking him and...
Yeah, he was had him in a headlock and was bringing him back, essentially, yeah. What I didn't like, also, going on to what you were saying, is I did not like how Necro was able to make a spell to put Landon back in, out of, Limbo and brought him back to life. I was how? I was you're telling me you've been able to do that this entire time, but, when you had your Necro powers back, you couldn't do it before.
But now you can.
But now you can. I don't like that, how it's, out of nowhere he's able to do that. I was that doesn't make any sense. And the reason why he does it, too, puts Landon back on Earth and gets him out of Limbo, is because he wants to be with Landon's mom. And he realized that, the only reason, I wanted to get Landon out of here is because I want to be Landon's relative. I fell in love with Landon's mother. I was okay. I was you just met her? And,
you want to be with her?
Yeah, I was that doesn't really make any sense to me. But I was I did find it funny, though. Especially, that the fact that he didn't know his, Landon helped his mother move on out of Limbo. So I found that hilarious when Hope actually, when she's trying to get answers from Necro, where the hell where Necro sent him. And he explains, I got Landon out of here, I had to get him out of the way so I could be with his mother. And then she's you do realize that Landon helped his mother pass on, right? And he's don't you dare mess with me. And I'm dude, you're an idiot. Your plan did not follow through. You didn't think about this as much as you, thought you did. And I just kept thinking to myself, I think it's stupid that it's, that's the reason he takes him out. I think it would have made it would have made more sense if he wanted to get rid of Landon, because Landon is making the best of being down in Limbo, and Necro just can't stand how happy he is about him making the best of being down there. That would have made more sense to me, because he just couldn't stand how jolly Landon was about making the best of being down there, and he wasn't miserable he intended Landon to be, of making Landon's life miserable, because Rick and him set Necro up to make him turn back into Necro to benefit them. So I was okay, that would have made more sense to get him out, not, I fell in love with his mother. I didn't like that. And there was a lot of things I didn't like about, this, but I did like how, they realized, I guess the thing that, when Landon was outside, he would, heard what Rick was saying in the school on the phone with what was his name? I forget the one dude that came in that made that one box that was able to tell people like their predictions. He made that predictions tool that to predict how they would defeat Ken. And like, I mean, so like it made it like go forward in time, not forward in time, but it was able to predict what would win against Ken, what their strategies. It was like their strategy tool. But I guess he was, Rick was talking to him and said that, we were like, we don't know what to do because Hope isn't here, and like, yeah. So I guess the thing that Landon realizes is that Hope needs to come to terms with the fact that she needs to, she won't, I forget even what it was. What was it that she needs to come to terms with the fact that he just won't be able to leave there, and she needs to just realize that she isn't dead. She actually can live on, and she can, and people need her. She can't be there. It was fate for me, but it's fate for you to not be in here. You have to go live. You have to go fight. You have to do this. But it was fate that I'm here. You need to realize that you can't beat fate. I don't know what it was.
Didn't she send him limbo when she killed him?
Who? Landon? Yeah, essentially. Because I guess that's like, you're dead, I guess, but you have to decide to go to get to the boat to move on. So it's I don't know if it's like a version of hell. Maybe. I think that's what it is. And if you get to go on, I guess, to get the coins. I don't really know what limbo is, because I don't really get it in some points of the fact that Rick was in limbo because he wasn't dead, but he was on the brink of death and being in between. Landon did die though, so I don't understand why he's still in limbo. But I guess the genie tricked Landon and made Landon stay there. I guess because he even goes to he was working with the Grim Reaper to try to get Hope out, because Grim Reaper knew that she shouldn't be there because she's already dead, so she shouldn't be there or whatever. So she's like, you shouldn't be here because you're technically still living even though you're dead. You shouldn't be here. And he worked with the Grim Reaper to get Hope out of there, but then he goes to the Grim Reaper saying, okay, why can't I leave? You know what I mean? Like, well, just why can't I? Why are the rules changing? And he shows him a note, I guess, saying that the genie tricked him and the rules changed. I don't know. I don't know what this means going forward for Landon. I think that's what the paper was. It was for the deal that they made with the genie, but the genie keeps altering them, and I guess he's done that to a whole bunch of other people that have made deals with him. So I don't know what that's going to mean for Necro and Landon going forward. Landon wasn't happy about it, but what else did you like about this, Annie? There's a lot of things I didn't like, but I want to know what else you did like.
There wasn't really anything else.
Just the Landon stuff you liked?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, what do you think about the MG and Lizzie trying to figure out what's going on with Ethan?
That part of the storyline just annoys me, because there's no reason he should be phasing out like that.
Should be what?
There's no reason he should be phasing out like that. Because
Ethan?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
because
I don't get it either.
That monster also did the same thing with the monster end of dying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it either, because it does not mean that,
Ethan might die.
No, doesn't it mean that maybe Caleb could die? Because Caleb got his power. I thought, if anything, this would lead all back to Malivore. Malivore gave...
No, that's...
Malivore, no, I know, but Malivore gave Caleb his abilities, and so did... He gave Ethan his abilities, so how come Ethan's dying, but yet Caleb isn't? You see how that makes no sense?
Caleb's already dead, though.
True. So maybe that's why, and you made a good point there. Maybe that is why. I don't know. Either way, I don't like this plot line, and I don't like how it's I don't know. It's just this whole episode, with them trying to figure out the cure for Ethan, and Lizzie wants to find out what MG thinks that MG is mad at her, and wants to understand why MG is mad at her, even though MG said he's not. But the reason that MG is mad at her is because he's petty that Lizzie went to Ethan and confided in him and didn't confide in MG. And I thought that was stupid. I was like, really, dude? I'm like, think about all the shit that's going on. I mean, I just found that very petty and stupid. And then when he was kind of confessing his feelings for her, even though he's done that on multiple occasions, I didn't care as much. I feel like they waited too long for me to care about Lizzie and MG getting together. I just don't care anymore. We've done this. We've went through 4 seasons, and it seems like Lizzie just doesn't like him like that. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm not caring as much, is because she never really showed enough interest. When any other guy came up, and MG even said that, he kind of took a back seat, and it's kind of exactly. So it's kind of
who else? Sebastian.
He's not wrong, where it's to the point of she never really liked him, and it's I feel like that's why I didn't care as much. that MG was doing that, and it was kind of like they were gonna have a moment until the moment when they found out that that creature and Ethan have the same DNA structure.
Didn't Lizzie like Raph at one point?
Like Raph?
Yeah.
Yes, she liked everybody. So it's like I understand what MG was talking about. It's like I just don't see. I don't know. I think the writers waited too long, and I think if the writers really wanted this to work, they really should have showed Lizzie having more interest in MG a lot sooner. I don't know. I just don't care as much anymore, especially with everything going on. It's like this isn't the most important time to be now confessing your feelings, but Lizzie did make a point where it's like, is any time ever a good time? But the one moment I was like, also, it's not a really good time right now when you're trying to figure out how to save Ethan's life. I'm like, this really isn't a good time. And then they end up finding out that the same structure of that creature and the same structure of Ethan, they kind of have the same DNA, and it's kind of like they used Ethan's blood, and that was the blood that was boiling, meaning that Ethan will die eventually, which I don't understand how that's possible still. I feel like we don't have enough insight on how the hell that's even happening. And it's like, really? It's like, I'm going to be annoyed if that character dies off. But then again, the writers have not given this character anything to do. I love Leo Howard, but they did this character dirty as fuck. Same as how they did Raph's character dirty as fuck. Same as how they did, I won't even say when they did Landon's character dirty as F, but at this point, Landon's just sitting in limbo, doing nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, why have that character still around? Why don't you just let the actor go on and do other things? It's like, what do you have for this character to do? At this point, I feel bad for Leo Howard because he does not deserve the writing that they're giving him.
Yeah.
And they haven't really progressed his character. So you're telling me we went through all this, Ethan, his arm being broken by the events of, Josie, what was she, cheated or something? And then he ended up breaking his arm. And then to make Landon look good or something? I forget what it was. And then next thing you know, I think it was it Josie or was it Lizzie? I don't even remember, guys. You have to let me know.
I think it was Josie.
I think it was Josie too. And then next thing you know, he doesn't have football anymore. And then he ends up finding the friend of MG. And then he ends up pretty much getting hurt multiple times. And then he gets to the point where he gets captured because MG thinks he doesn't remember, but Ethan actually does remember. And then he ends up getting captured, and then he ends up dying, and then he ends up getting these, he didn't die, but he gets these abilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and then he gets pushed to a side again. It's like, this character has went through so much shit, and I feel like he's still in the back seat, and he's just everybody's punching bag, essentially. Nothing ever happens good for this character, and I just don't like it. It's like, why? It reminds me so much of Raph. He just kept getting so much shit happening to him, and he never really had progression, and never really had any stories for him. He was just there. And I don't know. I just feel like the writers don't know what they're doing, especially with the whole Aurora and the whole Ken thing. When Ken takes Aurora and, Aurora's asking Ken to bring back Tristan, he says no. And then, apparently Ken isn't bad, and he grabs Aurora, so Aurora reads inside of him, and it shows that he's not bad, and his children have been lying. It's like the writers, and apparently actually when Aurora looked inside Ken, apparently he wasn't bad. Apparently the kids did lie. Apparently Jen lied. Apparently Ben lied. And apparently he's been such a great father. And it makes me wonder, really, guys, like the writers wrote it so we would be like, okay, this is a good villain. He must be really bad because he also, like, how are you going to say and like try to make the fans believe that he's not a bad dude after literally that Ken said to Aurora, saying like when Aurora's like, try to introduce herself, and Ken's like, oh, my bastard son told me all about you. It's like, and also all the stuff we know about him like, damning Ben to being tortured by monsters his entire life, and be killed by monsters his entire life, him pretty much, not even considering Jen really a part of the family, pretty much, casting her out, and she was like an outcast of the family. It's like, you expect us to believe that they lied after there's proof of all the shit he's done. I just don't buy it. It's like these writers can't just stick with something, and they keep wanting to change the story about a character and change the lore of a character. It just pisses me off. They're doing it with Ken. They did it with Ben with this whole stupid plan that I mentioned in the last previous episode that made no sense. And now we see Rick pretty much like accepting of the fact that Ben thinks he made a mistake. And he realized that his father wouldn't undo his curse and wouldn't undo Jed's curse or whatever. But it's like, dude, you should have knew he wasn't going to do that. It's like the writers really, I feel like, don't know what they're doing, and I feel like I don't know. It feels like I really thought that they were gonna like follow through with this, because as you all know, I just have not been liking this God storyline at all. But I was like, I started to get used to it and be like, okay, I want to see where this goes, because it's starting to feel interesting until we get all the characters backtracking and what their motivations are, and backtracking and how and what their lore is. Like at one point, Ben, I think had like I said, had like a wife or something, or like a boyfriend in the beginning, and then they changed it to a wife, or he had a wife in the beginning, and they changed it to the boyfriend. It's like, I don't know. And then we have Ken, we think he's a bad dude, and now apparently he's not a bad dude. And then Ben's plan about how he's like, I'm doing all, like when we heard in the previous episode that, he's like, I'm gonna free my father, like when he said to Hope, and not Hope, when he said to Lizzie and Aurora, let me be a part of your plan, because I want to release my loved one, and I want to get my curse unbroken. And then in the next episode, when he was about to light Mystic Falls on fire, he ends up saying to Caleb and all them, I'm trying to protect Jed, I'm trying to protect you guys, and I'm also trying to release Jed's curse. And it's like, no, those weren't your motivations at all. You literally wanted to bring back your loved one, and you wanted to take away your curse, not Jed's curse. You know what I mean? It's like, these writers don't know what they're doing, and I can see it. You know what I mean? And I know all you guys can probably see it too, what I'm seeing. It's just, I'm not down with it.
As his werewolf curse as a gift.
Yeah, he considers it a gift. He doesn't consider it even a curse. So it's like, dude, you really don't pay attention to Jed. He's like, you know what I mean? Even said in last week's episode, I don't think of it as like, whatever. I embrace this. So it's, I don't know. Ben is just an overall crappy character. Andy doesn't agree with me on that, but that character brings nothing to the table. And apparently he wants to do a sacrifice now, because he's like, only a god could be the god. I'm like, bro, go right ahead and sacrifice yourself. I'll be a happy dude just chilling here. And the writers really think I'm going to care about him sacrificing himself after they wrote a crappy character? No, I'm not going to care. I want to know what you guys think about that. Are you guys going to care when Ben sacrifices himself after literally he's the reason that Ken got out in the first place? Like, no one would be in danger. Jed wouldn't have been in danger. No one would have been in danger if you would have just kept Ken away. If you would have just thought to myself, me bringing out Ken won't benefit myself because my father hates me and he called me a bastard. Like I don't know. These writers must be playing. And also at the end of this, when Hope comes back, I told Annie it sounded like they played a little bit of the Reverse Flash theme song in there. All I heard was, if you guys watch The Flash, you guys know what I'm talking about. Or look up Reverse Flash theme. It's like they mixed it, and I don't know why they did that. I don't know. I don't know what it is with CW lately, especially like Legacies and even Riverdale, and it's just these shows, man. I don't know if they mix and match writers, but just they gotta get some new people up in the writers' room, I think, at this point. But I don't know. Of course, we're gonna wait to see how this ends this season, to see if we'll even be excited for next season, but I don't know. With everything, the way everything is pointed towards, I just don't care. Especially, it's like, do you know, I'm going to let you say why Ken wants to kill Hope out of nowhere now, when that wasn't his initial goal when he came to the school.
Because she's stronger than him, and he doesn't want her to be stronger than him.
He doesn't want her to have the title of the strongest person.
So he wants to kill her so he can be the strongest person.
He is a pitiot. And Annie asked me what a pitiot is. I think I'm the one that probably started this term. He's a petty idiot. He wants to take out Hope because Hope has the title of the strongest supernatural being. So you're upset because you're not the strongest person anymore. Come on, bro. The writers couldn't have wrote anything like that better. They wrote it that he wants to take out Hope because he has a boo-boo and he has his feelings hurt because he's not the strongest person anymore. What? I just can't even get over that. It's like a child could write that. Literally. I would not, and I don't want to be rude, but it's true. It's like any person could have wrote that. I'm going after someone, I want to take someone out because I'm not the strongest person anymore. Let's let that sink in. How easy writing that is. I'm going to take her out because everybody thinks of her and she has the title of the strongest supernatural being. Dude, she can have the title of the strongest supernatural being. That's fine. But it's not that the fact you just kicked her butt in the previous episode and the writers showed, pretty much like I said in the last previous episode, they literally nerfed the shit out of Hope. Especially, like, after they built her up as this strong, supernatural being, she didn't even stand a chance against Ken. So even him, like, why does he want to go after and destroy Hope? She poses no threat because of these writers not knowing how to write that character. She poses no threat. So she can have that title, dude, but you just beat her. So what's the point of you wanting to kill her when you know you can beat her?
Exactly.
And she does not pose a threat. These writers hurt my brain sometimes. I don't know. Like, it infuriates me because I know this show could be so good if they knew what good writing was and they got some new people in there. I don't like saying that because, again, I have respect for the people that that are trying to put their heart and soul into the show, but it's just like they're doing it the wrong way. And I mean, if I'm being serious, it's like without us fans, this show wouldn't be keep getting renewed for more seasons. So it's our job to give feedback when something is bad and the writing is bad. And I've not been liking it. And I'm afraid that, I think we only have, a couple of episodes left? Like, probably, I don't even know. This is 17, so I can't imagine we have much more. Probably, 20, right?
What? Look at that.
I don't even know if it'll tell me on IMDb because it takes a minute for them to upload. 20. As far as I know, it says 20 here on IMDb. So the main problem is that if that's it, if they only have 20 episodes, they better pull a miracle on ending the season on a good note if they want a lot of people to come back next year. Of course we probably will. We'll probably stick it out until the series is officially over. Which, I mean, if they keep going on with this bad writing, it could be done next season. I don't know. Depending on, how they end it and what the ratings will be for the beginning of because, you know what I mean? They usually, for how seasons goes, they don't usually film a whole season. They film a half of a season, and they see how the ratings do before they greenlit another half of the season, because they don't want to waste money. So, they better hope they end this on a really good note. But yeah, guys, Annie, what else did you think about this? Because I've been rambling on. I know that you like the Landon stuff. Is there anything else you want to say?
There was something else I really cared about.
What do you want to see going forward? How do you want to see this end?
I want to see Landon come back. That's all I want. I just want him to come back. And I want Red to get better.
At that point, they should have just left him there instead of having that one dude drag him back. They should have just left him there. I mean, if we're going to go full on not making any sense with the writing, they should have just left him and just put him back on Earth. Honestly. I mean, we're already doing those rewriting characters that we already thought we knew about them, and they're already rewriting characters and expecting we don't know this, so hell. Rewrite how the whole limbo works, and you know what I mean? Rewrite that you can magically magic people out of there. Go right ahead and do it now. You're already rewriting shit. I don't know. I'm annoyed. But overall, what do you think about this episode? Do you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? Do you think it was eh? I think it was just terrible. I didn't enjoy it. But I don't know, guys. I want to hear down in the comments below what you guys thought about this episode. Again, here, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put on those notifications, like this video. I'd love to have you guys here, a part of the family, part of the channel. We're all about spreading love, positivity, and motivation. And guys, yet again, we are almost to 500 subscribers. Right now, I think I'm at 492 or 493 right now. Almost there, and literally, guys, my birthday literally is this Sunday. I would love if somehow we could pull a miracle and get to 500. That would be amazing. That would be an awesome birthday gift if we can get there. That is actually my goal, to actually try to do that before my birthday, and I think that would be amazing if we could do it, guys. So yet again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put on those notifications, like this video. Also, if you've been if you've been a watcher of the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It helps out a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps me get to my goal and achieve my goal to get to hitting 500. Also, me hitting 500 will open up the community tab, which I've been really trying to do. It opens up more it opens up more possibilities to the channel if we can open up the community tab, and I've been really trying to do it so that way we can do a lot more fun things here on the channel. And this will just open the door to a whole bunch of new fun possibilities to the channel. So it's just really yet appreciated again. If we could pull that off and get the 500, I would really, really appreciate it, guys. And yeah, and it just helps the channel a lot. But guys, that is the video. We hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and we'll see you guys next time. Or I guess we'll see you guys next Thursday for the next episode of Legacies. Peace.